In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to play Bram Stoker's Dracula on a Sega CD emulator. There is a well-known error with it that on some emulators, it'll pause right after it says beware. Just go to a blank screen and won't play anymore. Well, we're gonna fix that one. Before we begin, check the description for this video and click show more. You will see 3 links that we will be using throughout this tutorial. I also have another link below those 3 which gives you a list of options for programs to open up zip files. It contains freeware versions and shareware versions. I suggest free because you shouldn't pay for anything, but if you don't have one, you're going to need one for this. First thing you need to do is right click on the desktop and go to New, then click Folder. Call this folder Sega CD. Now do the same thing and create another folder within the Sega CD folder and call it ROMs. Now open up the ROMs folder and create a new folder in the ROMs folder and call it Bram Stoker's Dracula. You want to create a folder for every game that you download because each download has 8 different pieces to it, including MP3s, which are named the same in each download so they can't overlap each other and delete each other if they're not properly organized. In the description, click on the first link labeled Sega CD Emulator. Gen S32. It'll take you to this page. Click on Gen S32 Surreal V1.86 HD. In the box that pops up, make sure Open With is selected, and to the right of Open With, make sure your zip program is selected in the drop-down menu. Now you want to extract the documents from this download into the Sega CD folder that we created on our desktop. You can right-click and see an extract option, or you can click one of the drop-down menus at the top of the program and find an extract option somewhere, depending on the program that you're using. Once everything is extracted, go into the description and click on the second link labeled Sega CD BIOS. It'll take you to this page. Scroll down to where it says Download Now. Click it and make sure Open With is selected again. Now you want to extract the contents in this folder into the BIOS folder, which we created under the Sega CD folder on our desktop. Once that is extracted, go into the description and click on the third link labeled Bram Stoker's Dracula ROM. Now you'll see this page. You want to scroll down and click Download Now again. And then once the box pops up, make sure Open With is selected and click OK. This is going to take a while to download. Now that tiresome download is done, you're going to want to extract the contents from this download into the Bram Stoker's Dracula folder that we created within the ROMs folder that we created within the Sega CD folder. Now that is a tongue twister there. Now before we can play the ROM, we have to set up the Sega CD BIOS. So you have to go into the Sega CD folder and open up the program called Gen S32 Surreal. When the program opens up, you have to go up to the top where it says Configure. Go down to Options, click Miscellaneous Files / BIOS. Now in the third box down, you'll see it says Configure Sega CD BIOS. Next to USA there will be a blank box, and then next to that there will be one that says Change. You have to click Change and then direct it to the Sega CD BIOS.bin, which will be under the Sega CD folder in BIOS. Now finally we can begin to play the game. Oh my, that takes forever. Now that everything's done, go back into the Gen S32 Surreal program and you'll see an option called DIRA. Click that and then click the ROMs folder. Once that opens up, click Bram Stoker's Dracula folder and then click Bram Stoker's Dracula.iso. Now it's finally time to play the fucking game.